Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So today's project is a fun fold, and I love doing fun folds. So this one is super easy. I do apologize in advance. There are a few pieces to this puzzle, but once the puzzle is put together, it is absolutely phenomenal. I actually saw this done by another demonstrator. Her name's Connie. Oh, I just lost her last name. Her name's Connie, and it is phenomenal, and it is so easy to put together as long as we get all of the little pieces together. And the stamp set, the dies, and the designer series paper that I'm using, I'm kind of doing a bundle focus, I almost said that backwards, a bundle focus on next month's class to go. So using the same ingredients, the same stamp set, dies, and paper is going to be featured in next month's class to go. It is done, it is prepped. I was hoping to get it emailed out today, but there's no way. I ran out of time. Natalie actually came over and gave me a Brazilian blowout, so I am super excited. I won't have to be doing my hair anymore. Yay! I have to wash it, but I don't have to blow dry it, which is super nice. So if you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Good evening, Anna. So hopefully you guys had a great day. I got all of the holiday catalogs in the mail. Here they are, and the celebration catalog. It all starts July 1st, so any $50 you order, you can pick something for free out of the celebration catalog. And it's $50 in the annual catalog, $50 in the celebration. It doesn't matter as long as it's $50. And even the prepaid paper pumpkin subscriptions count towards it as well. So celebration is amazing, and there is some really cute stuff for free. I mean, it always is cute, but it is definitely some must-haves. So all of them went out today. If most of them will be delivered on Saturday, there's one, I don't know if Kelly's going to be joining, but hers isn't going to arrive till Tuesday. I'm very sorry. I really tried, but I was really shocked that I did get them in the mail today. I wasn't expecting to, and then it just happened that they were. So good evening, Valerie, Heather, Bev. Good evening, ladies. Okay, let me flip you over, and we will get started. I think I did hear my phone and iPad go off that we are live. So we are good. So this is the bundle focus I was talking about. This is going to be next month's class to go, featuring the best butterfly stamp set and the dies. I have already taken my dies apart and put them on the magnetic sheets. I am really running low on magnetic sheets, and my husband keeps forgetting to get them when he goes to Home Depot. So that's why there's a little space in between, because I had to kind of finagle what I have left to work for this one. So these are the dies, and in the video for the class to go, I will show you how to use all of these dies. They are a little wonky, but they're super easy. So I will definitely show you guys how to do that. I didn't use any of the dies for tonight's projects, and I'll explain a little bit more on that once I show you the projects. But that's the stamp set and the die, and this is the absolutely gorgeous, bright, cheery designer series paper. We're going to be using this in class next Saturday as well, so you can get your hands on it and play with it. So that is the beautiful designer series paper, and it also has the gems. I have used quite a few of these gems, so there's not many left, but it does have all 5 of our colors in here as well. And I will bring in the catalog so I can show you what page it's on. It's on page 36 and 37. And you can get everything that's on this page for one bundle price. Or you can get whatever you want. But what will come in your kit is a full pack of your designer series paper, the gems, and one of the ribbons that I have. I'll have to order it, but one of the ribbons that I use for the class to go. So there is that. So I think we're good. Let me just bring in the catalog. This is what went in the mail today. I can't open it up and show you the fun pages until the catalog goes live. But as soon as you get yours in the mail, you can definitely start flipping through and starting your wish list. And here is the celebration. I can show you the cover. So there's some cute things on the cover that kind of give away what's inside, but we can't open it. Let's see, who else is just logged on? Teresa, hello. Stephanie, good evening, everybody. Okay, so are you guys ready for tonight's card? I am so excited to show you guys. Okay, so just by looking at it, it kind of looks like a normal card. But let's open it together. Ready? We are going to open it, and then it opens like this. So you can write your sentiment on the inside, and then we are going to close it back up, and it fits right inside of our envelope. And the way you cut your designer series paper, you have the perfect strip left over to do your flap. So one sheet of the 6x6 will make your card and the envelope, and I think you have like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch left over at the bottom. So you could really put that on the inside if you wanted to and use one full sheet for a card. So this is the one that I created first. And then I couldn't stop because I thought it was super cute. So then I just changed the colors. This one is Parakeet Party, and this is Starry Sky. And then you open it like that. So I am excited to show you guys how to make this. Oh, I did want to tell you why I didn't use the die cuts for it is it's pretty thick. I don't think it's going to cost any more to mail, but had I used some die cuts and dimensionals, I think it would have cost more. So I didn't use any dimensionals on this as well. Everything is glued down. Okay, let's get started. So first, I put little sticky notes on everything because there were quite a few measurements and I didn't want to mess them up. So first, your card base is going to be 5 1/4, not 5 1/2 like we usually do. So it's 5 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 7 1/2, and 9 1/4. So you need to put 4 score marks on this, and it's 5 1/4 by 11. So I'm going to stick that off to the side, so in case anybody asks, I can give that to them again. You are going to need a piece of coordinating that coordinates with the designer series paper. This is crushed curry, and it's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Take that off, stick it to the side. You need a piece for your inside, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. If you like all my colors, I ran out of the hot pink little stickies, and then I had to move on to the blue. So this is 2 3/4 inch square, so it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And once we get all of these, you'll see what I'm talking about on how to put this together. That's why I said don't kill me with all these measurements. Once you get it cut, it goes together really, really quickly. So you're going to need 3 pieces that are 4 by 1 3/4. We're almost done, I promise. A 3 by 3 inch square. And this just layers onto the top of it. And then I know many of you guys are really going to probably shoot me for this one, but you need 3 pieces of designer series paper that's 1 5/8 by 3 3/4. So I brought in my handy dandy ruler, and 1 5/8 is 2 lines over the 1 1/2 inch mark. So it's actually not super tragic. It's just 2 lines over the 1 1/2 inch mark. I know you're probably laughing at me because I do that every time. One of these years I will know the measurements. Okay, let's start with our card base. And remember, it is 4 1/4, not 5 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold in. You're going to give this a good crease. And then this flap is going to fold out. And you do want to make sure it lines up pretty perfect. Most of the time it doesn't matter, but for this card, you do want to make sure it lines up really nice. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Let's see. Hello, Lisa and Darlene. Good evening. Hopefully you guys were able to see the card we're going to be making. It is so stinking cute. Okay, we're going to just make sure all of this is lined up before we crease it again. So this is your mechanism for your card. Let me bring the card back in. So it looks hard, but that literally you just did your mechanism. So here is that, and it's totally okay that this doesn't meet in the middle, but there's your mechanism. So I'm going to bring in the 3 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 4. Hold on, yep. 1 3/4 by 4. I'm going to bring in these 3 pieces, and usually I stick with our Tombow glue, but I kind of played it safe. On last Tuesday's live, my glue, I didn't let it sit long enough, so it shifted a little bit. So I'm bringing in the Stampin' Seal Plus. So I'm just going to go in and put some strong adhesive up here in this corner. I'm just going to put 2 lines up in that corner. So we're going to take one of our pieces, and we want to make sure that that is lined up to the very tippity top. There we go. That looks really good. Give that a good crease. You can even bring in your bone folder. You just want to make sure nothing shifts. And then we're going to come down here and do the same thing. You're going to just put 2 lines. And you can use a piece of tear and tape for this if you want. You could use the green glue, but I would definitely not move it until you know it is completely dry. So I'm literally coming up here, and I'm just making sure it's lined up perfectly. And there we go. So now, give that a good crease. So now here is part of your mechanism. Kind of cool, right? And it's super easy. So now our last piece is going to get glued on to the right side. So we have 2 that are glued onto the left, and now this one we need to glue onto the right. And you're just going to use this as your guide. So I'm just going to come in and put a couple strips. And this one is going to get lined up right here. And it fits right in the middle. Hold on, I got to go from this side. I'm not left-handed, so it didn't want it to be wonky. So there we go. So watch. There is your mechanism. Pretty easy, right? I bet I lost a few of you on all of the score of the cut marks, but once you get this cut marks, it literally goes together so fast. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a second, and I'm going to bring in our 2 pieces of basic whites. So this is 2 3/4 inch square, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to do a tiny bit of stamping. And I have the fresh freesia and crushed curry. So these are the 2 colors I'm going to be using. So I think I want fresh freesia first. Sorry, that was a little loud, squeaky. I'm going to ink up You Are My Bestie. And I'm going to come down here and stamp it right in the bottom. You could do it in the middle if you wanted to. Totally up to you. There we go. Let me clean this off because hopefully we have time to make 2 of them. I prepped 2, so we'll see. And this little piece is the inside of the butterfly, but I wanted to use it as like a little accent. So I'm just going to come over here and stamp, just to have a little extra pizzazz on the inside of your card. So the inside's done. So let's start working on the outside. So I have 2 of the butterfly pieces, the little hay, and then the inside. So I'm going to use both of these colors for this one. So I'm going to use this portion of the butterfly first. I'm going to stamp this in crushed curry. Oh, let's make sure I got that inked up really well. I might need to re-ink my ink pad. So I'm going to come down here closer to the bottom. Stamp that. Looks good. Clean that off so it's ready for the next one. And this one I'm going to bring in the fresh freesia. So I'm just going to hover over. I'm going to try to stand on my tippy toes so I can see through the camera, because I want to butt those up pretty close. Oh, not too shabby. And I want to do hay in crushed curry. I'll put hay right up there in the corner. Okay, we are done with these two colors. Now I'm going to bring in the mementos, and I want to show you a little trick that I did with our blenders. So if you don't get a super strong black image with the inside of your butterfly, you can take your blender pen and color in. Oh, that one I didn't even ink that up right. So I'm going to show you. So you're going to stamp this in the center. And it actually looks pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily have to do this portion of it. But if you want it a little bit darker, you can bring your blender pen in and just color the inside of it. And again, I didn't cut any of the dies out because I didn't want this card to be thicker than it already is. So this is a way, oops, I went out of line a little bit, but that's okay. I don't think all butterflies are always perfect. So there is the front. So we can go ahead and glue this down. And I just went ahead and used the Stampin' Seal Plus for really this entire card. But just be careful, because once it's down, it's down. So here's our inside. So let's go ahead and glue this in. We're going to open up our card, flip this over. You could probably put this in first as well before you put the little flaps on, because it is a little bit hard to do. Okay, there is our mechanism. The inside is done. So let's do the designer series paper on the outside. So I have already cut these, and I tried to keep them in order, but I don't think I did. So we are just going to play the little game of where they go. Okay, there's that. Okay, there we go. So you kind of want to keep these in the right order, especially if you're using a directional specific designer series paper. So obviously the middle one is going to go in the middle. So I'm going to push these two aside, and I'm going to flip this one over, add some adhesive, and this one I am going to open it up, because this one I want to center in this square. Well, not really square, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, that one is centered. And these two, this one is going to butt up to the bottom. We are not going to center it. And then the bottom one is going to get butted up to the top. So flip this over, grab your adhesive. So we can go ahead and close this. But just know that we're going to get really close to that line without going over. There we go. And then our last one is going to go really close, touching that line. Look how stinking cute this is. Is that not super duper fun? Okay, so now all we have left to do is glue this to our card base. You don't want to put any glue at the top or at the bottom. You only want it in the center. If you put adhesive at the top or the bottom, you're going to glue your whole card together, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to flip this over, put a nice strip or two in here, or three, how many ever you want. Line this up. There we go. Let's grab some jewels. And I am running low on these guys, so we are going to do a couple different colors. Let's let's see, there's Calypso Coral in there, so we're going to put that there, and there's Starry Sky. So there we go. Okay, that definitely was not as hard as it looks, is it? Super fun and super easy. And I did have a piece left over from when I cut the designer series paper down that we can do our envelope. And I definitely usually use the green glue for the envelopes as well. But we are just doing the Stampin' seal. That is down. Give this a little haircut. Oh, I got so much glue on these scissors that they don't even want to cut. I should probably clean those off. Now it's stuck to my finger. And I hope we have enough time to put the next one together. I won't go over all the measurements on the next one. If you need the measurements again, you can definitely rewatch the Facebook Live or know that it is in the description before I went live. So there's that one. So let's do one more. Let's see, what time is it? I don't even have my watch on me. Oh yeah, we should have plenty of time. Thank you, Jessica, Darlene. Thank you so much. Good evening, Marie. Okay, we're going to fly through this one really quick. So fold in. Give it a good score or a crease. We're going to fold this guy out. You definitely want to make sure it's lined up. And then this one is going to come in. And this guy is going to go out. Perfect. Let's stamp before I put the little arms on that guy, just to see if it is a little bit easier. So this one I'm using crushed curry, and oh, I'm using the same colors. Look at that. I did not even realize that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm a goofball. I'm so sorry. That extra piece we are going to attach. I knew I was missing something. This gets attached to it. So now you have your normal size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. There we go. Sorry about that. I knew I was missing a step, but I didn't know what step I was missing. So we're doing Starry Sky and crushed curry. I knew I wasn't doing both the same color. I had a bit of a brain fart there. So let's do the butterfly. I love blue and yellow together. It is such a striking color. It's beautiful. So the polka dots I'm going to do in crushed curry. Skin on my tippy toes. Hopefully I got that in the center. Not too shabby. And then let's bring in the mementos. The last one actually worked really well, so let's see if this one's going to work like the other one did. Oh yeah, it really did, and I don't think I'm going to even worry about coloring it in because it's pretty spot on dark. And then we're going to do the hay in Starry Sky. I really like that little tiny hay. It just kind of was a little added bonus. Okay, so there's that. Oh, I forgot to do the inside. I'm just a mess today. You're my bestie. Pretty sure I could mail this to every single one of you guys. And then some. There's that. There's that piece. Perfect. Yes, Stephanie, it is a great color. The Starry Sky is phenomenal. Okay, so let's glue this to the inside before we put the little arms on. You like how I call them arms? I really don't even know what they're called. But you guys know what I was talking about. Okay, so there's that. So let's grab our extra little pieces. So we're going to come up here. We're going to put 2 lines of adhesive. You definitely want to make sure that this is lined up and even. If you don't, it's not going to open and close correctly. There we go. Do the same thing down here. And if you don't have the Stampin' Seal Plus, your tear tape will work. The green glue will work also. You just really need to hold it there for a while to let it dry. There's that. And then we're going to come in here, put 3. And I'm just going to line it up this way just because it's easier for me. There we go. So let's bring in our designer series paper. Hopefully I didn't mess this one up on, and I did. Let's see if I can figure this out really quick. No. If I can't do it really quick, then I'm just going to go with it. Okay. I don't know. Nobody's going to notice if it doesn't really match. Oh, wait. It's close enough. There it is. I got it. Okay, so we're going to start with the middle. Put some adhesive on. This one I'm going to go ahead and line up right into the center. And you could probably even do this one while it's open. You just have to remember which one's your center. And then this is the top one. So we're going to come down, we're going to butt this up to the bottom. Here we go. And this one is going to come up to the top. There we go. And let's glue this down so I don't forget, like I did on the last one. And I do wish I would have brought some Starry Sky in, but I actually think this might look okay as well, just throwing a piece of the Fresh Freesia in there. And look, we have another card that's done. I'm just going to put a strip, couple strips on there because I know it's only going to go in the center. There we go. Grab some gems and your card is done. You know what? I don't want to use the big one. I think I am going to just put 2 right on the little whiskers, tentacles. I don't know what they are. So there you go. And I won't waste your guys' time. I know you guys are probably busy, but there's the flap for the envelope. So this is a super duper easy fun fold. There are lots of little tiny pieces, but it really isn't tragic, and it's such a wow card. Wow card. I keep wanting to say card, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I've had way too much iced tea today. I will blame it on that. Okay, so that is your live for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. I will go in and read comments, and hopefully you guys loved all of the cards because I loved putting those together. They were definitely one of my favorite. And we actually might be making one of those in card class next Saturday because it was super duper fun and easy. So anyways, if you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. I'll be in the studio tomorrow morning until about 10:30. I have another procedure for my back tomorrow. And after that, I'll probably be in taking a nice long nap. So I won't be out tomorrow afternoon, but I will be out in the morning. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.